Hello, thanks for watching this video. It's for another Bachmann Class 57. I've just done the Scott Tracy Virgin Trains livery. This is a newer model. It's a reasonably, probably in the last year or so. You can see that it's got the different newer packaging. It's double O gauge again, and it's the bright yellow Network Rail livery. Now, I'm a bit of a fan of the Network Rail livery, so I kind of had to get this one. It was about £90, which obviously sounds a lot for a model train, but when you compare it to the Hornby Class, is it 31 or 33 that they do in the Network Rail livery? I think it's 31, which is about 130 something pounds. I think you get a pretty good deal on this one, to be honest. And it's only slightly more expensive than the Hornby Class 73, which I think was about 65 to £70 in the Network Rail livery. So for an extra sort of £20, I think you get a lot more detail on this than you get on the Hornby Class 73. I'll take it out of the box. Hopefully it won't take me too long. So like I say, it's got the more modern sleeve compared to the older standard box of the Bachmann. The part number on this is 32761. It's Class 57 diesel 57312 Network Rail, and it's DCC 21 pin DCC ready model, so it would need a chip fitting for digital operation, so it's kind of ready for analog. You've got a little bit, I guess it kind of links into what I'm just saying. You've got the maintenance and care guide there saying about the just general for all the models by the looks of it. This isn't specifically for the Class 57. And then you've got the Class 57 DCC decoder fitting, so you can see it tells you at the top there. So you need to remove the blanking plug, use pliers, blah blah blah, fit the decoder to pins with black fitting uppermost. So like I say, it's a 21 pin, looks of it, according to the box and the instructions. I have seen sometimes on the back from the box says 8 and the instructions say 21 or vice versa, but these do tally with each other, so hopefully that would be right. So yeah, and then there's all the assembly parts that are inside the model, and it tells you the little numbers by the parts, and you've got a part number list, so if you do want to get, if something goes wrong, then you've got a list of what parts you need, and I assume they'll probably be on the Bachmann website somewhere, to be honest, as well. So the train's in the standard sort of Bachmann clear plastic. I really like this packaging. I mean, it's a bit of a pain for someone like me where I haven't got a massive layout for all these to be, or a massive load of space for all these to be open on. My models, majority of them end up back in the boxes in between usage, so this thing is a bit of a pain in some ways. You've got a nice detailing pack. So it looks like you've got like an underside box, one coupling in there, and all the little detailing pipes, everything to go on the locomotive. I don't normally fit them, to be honest. I like to keep the model original, and then if I ever come to sell it in the future, I think it's probably more desirable that way. So you can see, compared to the Thunderbird livery, you've actually got the antennas are still on this one, or the little, I assume it's little aerials on the roof there. You can see it's a real, if I put it in the light, a real bright yellow model. And actually, compared to the majority of the, or all the other 57s as far as I know, you've actually got a different detail on the end, which I guess would be sort of like if this was going to do you know, work on the railways, things like that, and you've got this sort of like, looks like some kind of attachment for an object to connect to another bit of machinery or another train, possibly to give power or something like that. You can see, I mean, the detail on this, you've got the sprung buffers, the directional lighting, which is just above the buffers there, really tiny windscreen wipers on the windows, and that's the cab end without the driver. You have got the driver inside on this one, if you can see him on the front, that corner in there. There's he is, inside there. You've got detail on the underside. It's a bit different, obviously one side to the other, depending on, you've got the pipes on that side, really nice detailing on the bogies as well. It's real nice. It's quite a plain livery, but the yellow is a really nice colour. You've got the Network Rail logo there. I'm trying to keep the train in the light so it doesn't go too dark, so you actually get a good clear It's a slight, very slight orangey colour yellow. It's really really smart. And I say it's 57312. It's an unnamed model. Obviously, it would go fantastic with any sort of Network Rail stuff. To be honest, I think as far as Network Rail would go, it's kind of anything goes really, because you know, one day this might be doing a certain duty, the next day it'll be doing something completely different. And it seems to be that Network Rail coaches are they're becoming sort of more popular. That Bachmann and Hornby are sort of bringing the odd one out every so often. It's a bit of a shame that Model Zone have, by the looks of it, completely gone now, because they seem to do quite a lot of the Network Rail stuff. So that they were kind of a good source for their limited edition Bachmann bits and bobs for the Network Rail and the British Rail Research and whatnot. But I'm sure stuff is still going to slightly filter through. One of the companies at the moment, I think it's Model Rail or someone, has actually got a Network Rail coach on limited edition that's on sort of pre-order at the moment. So like I say, I'm sure stuff is going to come on the horizon, and obviously you get the custom stuff that people have done, but obviously it's quite nice to try and get a similar match of colour between all the units. But I guess, like I say, with Network Rail, it's all a bit of a, bear in mind that every item generally is kind of a custom job that they would do. I can imagine that the colours aren't always going to be exact, so it's kind of potentially more realistic to have different colours on different models. This one's got the silver chrome sort of roof vents on the side there as well. And I'll do a Network Rail video showing this and what other stuff I've got. I've got the new measurement train that I've got, which has been on other videos, but I'll do that one again with this one, and I might do a sort of Network Rail / rail track mix, because I've got the Network Rail Bachmann Windhoff MPV to go on there. I've got a Network Rail coach, I've got some rail track wagons. I'm waiting for a rail track bubble car Lima body for that one. That can go with on the video. So yeah, there's a few, and obviously, like I said, I've got the Network Rail Class 73 and probably a few other bits and bobs that I can't think of. But yeah, I'll do sort of a video showing a more modern take on the sort of breakdown stuff or track repairs and that sort of thing. Because I've done one recently, which I'm going to be uploading shortly, which will probably be uploaded before this one, to be honest, which shows sort of British Rail times of nighttime work on the railway, freight and postal services. Yeah, I really would recommend one of these models, particularly as you've got like I say, you've got the different end on there compared to the other Bachmann models. It's obviously taken a little bit more care to actually build this model, and Bachmann haven't charged any more for doing that, which is, or don't seem to have done, because like I say, for about, I think it was about £85 to £90. I think that's a pretty good deal, to be honest. I hope you like it.